All right, we're online, so don't say anything crazy. So everybody should have gotten El Noir De La Mal and La Llorona, right? So did anybody not get that? Good. There comes Johnny. So that's what we're going to cover first tonight, so we can read through them and see how many mistakes I made. How are you?
Late.
No, you're fine. We got 7 minutes. My little spotlight is conked out on me. Vic is in. Sound is good. Oh, you like the new songs? Good, good, good. Yeah, I am super proud of the new songs. So we'll see if you guys like them. Today's the 26th, right? 26th. Something's not right. Hey Linda, welcome in. There's Dina. Ramona made it in. Who are we missing? Bill, Jerome, Pele. Pele asked for the music, so she'll either be online or here. Thing that got which guy?
Mike.
Oh, Mike's. Oh, I know. Honestly,
What he does in a day, I
Yeah.
could do in a week.
I know. Honestly, I don't even think it'd be pleasant to live his life. He's going from one thing to the next all of the time. It's crazy.
4 things in a day.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, he sent me a thing. Last night they were in on the orchestra and they would been golfing and surfing and all sorts of crazy stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. You always know when I'm here.
Try to get along with everybody, Joni.
Yeah, we're trying to sleep here.
Yeah, what the heck, man? All right. So we'll start with El Noir. You want to pull one up and take a look at your part.
It's called Noir De La Mal.
Oh, the
El Noir de la Mer.
Or Mare.
That's not
Mare.
Spanish, isn't
Or
that
that's-
French?
Then it's probably El
No, it's Spanish.
It is?
Yeah, it is Spanish.
Sounds French.
La Mare.
Well, Mare.
Oh, Catalan, yeah, right, which is basically don't say that to them. Years ago when Catalan, they were having another uprising, they were getting ready to split off and stuff, I had a woman taking ukulele lessons with me from there, and man, it was like crazy, because I had to send it, I would go to Google, type in English, it would spit it out in Spanish, then I would go over and double check, and then I'd send her that, and her English was not very good coming back either, but it was like, I'm like, how's it going? And she's like, oh, it's fine, and you're like, you're having a revolution. What do you mean it's fine? And yeah, that's sort of the attitude. It seemed like it was like, yeah, we just do this from time to time, and you're like. Yeah, right. All right, cool. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Just a couple of little announcements, and you don't need to write anything down unless you feel like it. But May 17th, so that's not next week or the week after, but May 17th, I have my ukulele concert, and so on that day we won't have a guitar concert or a guitar rehearsal, okay? Because I'll be busy. And then I will send out a note to you guys when that's happening. The ukulele concert, it's just what you guys are, only 10 times as many of them, right? So there's about 60 of them, it looks like, that we're down a little bit. Our high was 83, and so the pandemic took about 20 of them out. But that's Broadway show tunes, And so it's at Lakewood Cultural Center that Tuesday night that we would normally meet here. And then we're going to have a free concert here in this room the following Saturday. So if you're like, I like ukulele, but not enough to pay for it, then you would come to this one, right? And they're a fun crowd. Those guys, they're unlike certain musicians I know, they are not troubled by excellence or by getting it right or any of that sort of thing. They're just close enough's good, you know. And so, kind of sounds like a song I heard once in a movie, and that's fine, right? Who cares? That's probably what we do. We just do it with a lot more. So not next week or the week after, but the week after that. Then I assume that we'll take off a little time toward the end of the month, and then my intention is to meet through June, July, August, September, and all that, because I do want to get you. It's my goal to get you 20, because I feel like if I ever decided to sell a book, there has to be 20 songs. That's the rule, right? And you go to the music shop and you're looking around. If it has 21, you buy that book instead of the one that has 20 in it, because that's probably a better book. So 20 seems to be the number they put in. So I'd like to have. We had 20 Beatles tunes, or darn close to it, and I want to have 20 Spanish tunes as well. So right now we have 7, if I'm counting correctly. So we have more to come, basically, and I have way more to write than I'll ever get done. So we don't need to worry about hitting that number. It's just how much I can get done. So we'll be working through the summer, and I know a lot of you travel and have lives and that sort of stuff in the summer, and that's okay, right? You don't sweat it. You just go do your thing and then come back. Don't quit while you're on vacation, right? That's the hard part. I let you out of the door and you don't come back, and so don't be that person. I think that's the only things I have to say. Am I missing anything? Cool. Let's talk about the 2 new pieces. Let's start with El Noir De La Mal. This is actually a Christmas song, but I doubt anybody who listens to it in Denver will know that. More importantly, according to legend, this was Andre Segovia's favorite tune, and he apparently always played it as his encore. And he is the beginning of modern classical guitar. There's this great tradition of masters, and they're all this, that, and the other thing, and then you get to Segovia, and then there's no question, he's the guy from here out. And so we still do basically everything that happens in classical guitar now has Segovia's brain in it in one way or another. Either we do what Andre said, or we don't do it and we thought about it, kind of thing, right? And so that's what. So this song is well known because of him, and it'll be known among other guitar players, but it won't be known generally in the population that it's a Christmas tune. And I didn't put the words on here because they're in Spanish, and they didn't. You don't need them. The parts that we have, the guitar 1 part and guitar 2 parts, I did something I've never done before. Guitar 1 has the melody. Guitar 2 has the melody a sixth below, okay? So it's exactly the same, only it sounds weird when you play it on its own, and it sounds really cool when they play together. So generally speaking, when I use my software's automatic features, it usually goes terribly, but this time it worked out like duck soup, and I was like, "What? Something seriously? How did that happen?" But we have this cool sort of 1600 style harmony going on, and then arpeggios, of course, are arpeggios. They're exactly the same over and over and over and over and over. I didn't change those one bit. So the first time you play through the arpeggios might be a little bit of work, but after that you'll be like, oh yeah, I just hold the chord and thunk, thunk, thunk. And then the bass line here is very, very basic. We probably do want somebody to play the bass line, one or two of you. And that's it. I mean, it's really pretty straightforward. So questions so far? Okay. So I'm hoping, I love the song. I think it sounds really nice. We're going to play down to 24, go back and play it again. And so I don't imagine you'll have too much trouble with it. It doesn't go above the 5th fret at all, I don't think. I don't remember it. And so one of the things I encourage guitar players to think about, if you're playing in certain keys, maybe you don't need to have your index finger in the first fret, right? Put it in the second fret, since there are no ones maybe in your part. I don't know. Guitar 2 has them, but guitar 1, you don't even have any ones, right? So just put 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at there. You got all your notes covered, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to move your left hand, and that can usually be a little easier for people. The other thing to pay attention to in the standard notation, it says dotted eighth note followed by a 16th note followed by an eighth note, and so it's bum ba dum ba dum. Sorry, bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum, and that's basically the entire song is the same exact way. So a little bit longer on that first note, and then a real fast second note, and then a normal third note. And since it's in 6/8, you get 2 groups of those in each measure. So I will count it as 1, 2. 1, 2, and you'll be counting it as triplets: 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, or 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey. And the only difference, if you're playing arpeggio, that's exactly what you will do: 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, so on. But if you're on melody, the 1 is delayed a little bit, and you're going to actually say "ma" before you hit the string. Okay, so we'll work on it a little bit. You'll see it'll feel. It won't quite feel like a swung notation, but just let that first note and the fourth note be a little longer, and then they're always followed by a 16th note.
Dotted quarter is 52?
It is.
It
It says, no, that's where it's at the top.
Yes, yes. My dot is so small. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I put a dot there. Yeah, so the dotted quarter is 52. What that means, so I used to not do this. It makes me mad that you have to do this, but they're right and I'm wrong, and I can accept that. In my mind, you set the metronome to go click, 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 click. And the less you have to screw around with the metronome, the better, right? So I used to put everything, the quarter note equals whatever, and whatever number seemed rational for that song. But they don't really like that. They like it, if you're in compound time like 6/8, they want the quarter note with the dot to be that full beat. So when you set your metronomes, yeah, it is a quarter note with a dot equals 52. And you have to go fiddle around with your metronome to
2 of those in a measure.
and there's 2 of those in a measure, exactly. So you got that way faster than I got it. I was in theory and I'm fighting it. I'm like, we don't need to do that. We just set it for a quarter note. It's fine. Just slow it down. It'll be fine. And so, yeah. So it's when you set your metronomes at home, dotted quarter note, you do need the dot, and that means each one of those gets a 52, right? Great question. Anything else we need to talk about? Thank you, Jerome. I appreciate that. They're writers. They're supposed to be very quiet up there. I don't know what's going on. It must be. You can play whatever you want right now. Oh yeah, we should ask. Who's playing guitar 1? Okay. How many guitar 2s?
That's why I'm playing guitar.
Nice, Ramona and you two. And wonderful. Phew. Okay, it's going to sound cool. You guys got a cool part. Arpeggios? Okay, Christy? Okay. Or not bass. Okay, and bass? Jerome. Okay. And if you didn't choose, bass is going to be the easy one, I think, pretty much. Or guitar 1 would be the other relatively easy one. So, all right, let's give it a try. Oh, Aaron made it in. I finally made it. Good to see you. So Aaron is here. Aaron moved to what's the town next to Sequim?
Oh, well, there's Port Angeles.
Port Angeles, right?
But there's Port Jackson
Port Townsend. He moved to one of the port towns, and so he lives up there now. And I hope it's raining and cloudy.
Port Alberni.
So he lives down the street from Sequim. And Squim is what they call it. Squim. Honest to God, they say Squim. That's worse than Buena Vista. It just make your skin crawl. No, nothing's worse than Buena Vista. I got it. Joni.
So what's this little 52 at the top?
So that's your timing. So right now you don't need to worry about at home.
How fast are we going?
Not fast.
Oh, right.
Yeah, not fast is what that means. At home, though, the quarter note equals a dot after it. When you're setting a metronome at home, you want it to be quarter note with a dot, because otherwise it'll be zipping right along. Yeah. So, or actually, no, it slows it down that way. But slows it down. It does something wrong to it. So can't remember in my head. Let's give it a try. Let's play through it one time. No expectations, right? And I'm going to count 1 monkey, 2 monkey, and then you come in, okay? 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 1 bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Good. 17. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. 21. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Go back to 1. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Good. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. 13. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum bum. Beautiful. 17. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Keep going. Bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. How about that? So we have a little raggedy thing going on, which is really going to sound cool. We've got you guys doing bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum, and we have arpeggio going 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey, 4 monkey, 1 monkey, right? So they're keeping it very steady, and so your ears are like, wait, something's going on here, and it sounds really cool, I think. So yeah. Questions about what you saw in the music? Nothing.
What speed was that?
I don't know. I didn't turn it on the metronome.
So how fast is that quarter?
So if I turn this on,
So the MP3 is at tempo.
the MP3 will be a tempo. Yes. I don't know how to do a dotted quarter note on this fancy machine here.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
You just set it for 2.
Hold on. I got a better machine. I could put it on and give you a sense of this. It couldn't have been called metronome, could it? Could it? They couldn't call it that. So if I set it, we're in 6/8, so first you gotta set that, which is annoying. Like, see, if you just did everything in quarter notes, you wouldn't have to mess with this. And then we set this for not an eighth note, but a dotted quarter note, which is somewhere here. Um, 52.
Yeah, it's just 2 beats per measure. Yeah, Gary, just do it 2/4. It's just 2 beats per measure.
Yeah, but then we got to do the math of what that equals.
No, that's what you're saying, don't do the math, just do
No, that's
Just
52.
do 2/4. I want to trust you guys.
That quarter note is 52.
Quarter note, 2. 1, 2.
6/8.
1, 2. So this is 2/4. It's going to be way faster than that, though.
Well, that's the problem with that. But you said,
See, this is why you can't do the math. Anyway, it's faster than we just played it. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and have you watch me run my phone. Here's the pace. It should be about bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. That's the speed we're looking for, right? In the end, by October. Okay. In the meantime, we'll play it a little bit slower. Let's try it one more time. I'll pick up the pace just a little bit. You guys sounded pretty good right off the bat. Laura made it in. Hi, Laura. Yay, Laura. All right. We'll pick it up just a little bit and see how we do. Okay, Pele's also here. Good. Let's do it a little bit faster. 1, 2. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. 5. Dun da dun dun da dun dun da dun 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 da dun dun. Da dun dun da dun dun. 9. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. 13. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum bum bum. Good. Bum ba dum bum. 18, dun, 19, dum, ba-dum, bum, 21, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. To the top, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. 5. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Good. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. 13. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum bum. Beautiful. 17. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. Ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. We should put everybody have an A chord at the end. Do we have time to get there? We do, right? Maybe not guitar 2, but guitar 1 you can get an A chord on. 02225, probably. Arpeggios is already putting one on.
And no harmonic, right?
No harmonics. No, we have a concert that has reached its limit of harmonics. So that sounds really pretty, and that's your first read through, guys. So really nice. Paley says she can't be here. Oh no, I had a dental emergency last week. Oh no, sorry, Paley. No, glad you're here. All right, so you got the idea, right? Because that song's going to come together with no problem, I think. So if you were on playing guitar 1, bar chord at 2, pinky on 5. Bar chord at 2, pinky on 5. And so it's kind of stretched out.
Just do an E on 5.
Oh, you could do an E on 5 as well, right? Yeah, that works. I do a bar A with my pinky up on 5. But yes, that works as well, Ramona. Yeah, any kind of A chord. I like it to be on 5 just because the A note is on the first string and it sounds complete that way. You get your authentic, perfect cadence that way.
We'll get that 5.
Nice. Yes, ma'am.
On 26, since there's only 4 notes there, then before 27, it's 1, 2, and then 27.
Yep. So 26, 25 and 26 are just enough different to be weird, right? Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, blum. Yeah, so yeah, there's two beats after that last little note, or 2 pulses after that last little note. But you have that one little note at the end of 25 that can maybe mess you up, but I think you'll be fine, right? It's an open note. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum, right? So yeah, but 2 beats after that would be the way to think about that. Other questions? Things you see that are weird or we need to talk about? It's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty little song, and as we get everything put together, I think it's going to be really cool. Okay, good. That's it. How lovely is that? Next song, let's take a look at La Llorona. Now, this is an altogether different ballgame. This is a long song, you guys. It's long, and we will decide somewhere down the road if we need the repeat. It's that long, right? So today we probably won't talk about the repeat. So what I have here is kind of a general introduction. It sort of sets the mood. La Llorona doesn't actually start until measure 36, and then it's pretty legit through the next however 100 measures or something. Yeah, through 119. So 36 to 119 is the actual La Llorona. The intro and the outro are just sort of mood setting things. So there's that. I think the tough axe is quite a bit different than the rest of the song. So if you want to play a solo, this is a cool thing to do. Guitar 1 has the melody as usual. Guitar 2 often has the melody, but when we get down to the La Llorona part, you have the wrong melody, basically. You have a counterpoint melody. And so when I wrote everything on standard notation, and they were basically split by a third. And then when I separated them, I then lowered guitar 2 to easier position to play. And so what you've got going on guitar 2 is fundamentally the melody, but in a chordal fashion. And so when you're practicing at home, if you're on guitar 2, which will be easier to play than guitar 1, you will find that it sometimes doesn't sound quite right, and that's on purpose. So guitar 2 is probably easier to play, but it'll sound weird. Guitar 1 will be a little harder to play because it goes up the neck, but it sounds like what it's supposed to sound like. And then the arpeggios, guys, are kind of a mixture of fill and arpeggios. So most of the time you're either playing a regular arpeggio. Occasionally you're going to be playing bump, ba-da bump, 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 ba-da bump, bump, ba-da bump, bump. You'll be playing stuff like that. And then also in arpeggios, you'll sometimes be playing boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck, depending on where we are in the song. So the arpeggios are going to have a lot of fun. None of the chords in this are particularly challenging, and so if you're a chord player, here you go. You got your fun set up for you. There are B chords in here, which are maybe not your favorite, or I'm sorry, B flats.
B flats are fine. The C sharp diminished looks like.
Oh, the C sharp diminished. Thanks for bringing it up. Yeah, the C sharp diminished is stupid, but it works for Tough Axe, it works for Guitar 1, it works for Guitar 2, it kind of works for arpeggios, but it's a bummer for just straight up chord playing. Normally I put in diminished sevenths, but it didn't sound right in this case, which so you ended up with a kind of a weird, awkward shape, but I played those C sharp diminished probably 50 times before I'm like, yep, this is what it's going to be, and then I'll deal with the wrath of Arlo when I see him.
There's no ukulele chord stuck in there?
Normally that's the C sharp diminished seventh I put in there, but it was just too harsh because the song it's pretty easy to get along with until you get to those, and they really couldn't stand the diminished seventh ukulele chords that I typically put in there. It's so funny, my guitar fret finder thing in here doesn't even recognize that as a possibility. And meanwhile, the ukulele, they're like, yeah, this is how we do it, So it's funny. But anyway, the C sharp diminished in here is not fun, Arlo, I know. And then, so let me tell you about the story of La Llorona. La Llorona was a lovely young lady who went down to the river and drowned her children because her husband was unfaithful. This is the kind of story you want to tell your children as they're going to bed. And so she haunts the river looking for more children to drown, not to find her children, but to drown other children. It's why you should stay away from the edge of arroyos. Those of us who've been in New Mexico know about arroyos, and yeah, you should definitely stay away from the edge of an arroyo because it can rain up 500 miles away, and about a half an hour later, here comes this wall of water in a perfectly sunny day, and little kids get washed to their death. So,
Can I give some alternative facts?
yes, give me some
There's many different stories.
There are other stories.
That La Llorona, I forget her name, but anyway, that she was a indigenous person with an indigenous family.
Okay.
And it was after the conquistadors came.
Ah.
That the conquistadors killed her family.
Ah.
So La Llorona, in some stories, is just crying, La Llorona crying,
yeah.
looking for her children. And in some stories, she's looking for conquistadors' children. So.
Oh, well, see,
So native children have nothing to worry about.
So we like that. We like that story a lot better because conquistadores are bad, and yeah, they were bad, by the way. I like that story. It's not as fun as my story though. My so yeah, it's.
And I'm sure.
There, I think every neighborhood had its own version of La
Until
Llorona.
the gravitate towards the
The more horrible I can make it, the better I like it.
We're not playing all Scottish music.
I know, right? Scottish music has I got a book of lullabies. I'm working on a thing for this summer, and lullabies come in two types. It's like, go to sleep, sweet little baby, and that's the whole song, right? It's just stupid, right? And then they got the other one like, you better be quiet and go to sleep, or this guy's going to sneak in the back of the house and stab you to death. That's the two types. That's the only two types there are. And I'm like looking for the stab you kids one, and it's unbelievable that moms would sing that to their children. So it's going to be, this is a fun song. I love the intro. I just think it fits so well with everything else that's going on. And then when we get to La Llorona, it's also very, very cool. It's a wonderful piece of music, and whatever story you like, go with that, okay? So let's give it a try. It's a waltz, so everything's in 3 all the way through, and you'll at least initially have to pay attention to whether you've got a half note, a quarter note, or eighth notes in your measure. There's nothing really fancy in terms of, dotted this or eighth note, quarter, 16ths or any of that stuff in here. It's all pretty straightforward, and that's why a lot of places you'll get this boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck, and it'll end up sounding really cool. So let's give it a try. Let's make it through 35. How about that? Okay, let's make it through 35. Okay, and 120 is where we're headed. We're going to start about 80. Okay, all right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 23, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 5, 2, 3, 6, da-dum, 7, dum, dum, 8, ba-dum, 9, bum, 30, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, and then we go up into the 36. So you can feel the the Spanishness of it. It sounds like it's really getting like meaningful, deep, thoughtful sounds coming on. About 24 when we start getting in dotted quarters and eighths up against each other. They sound really, really sweet. Let's do just that section one more time. This is cool. This is my favorite thing I've done in a long time. From the top, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, you hear it? 20, 1, 2, 3, 2. You feel that descending bass line. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, bum, bum. Doesn't that sound cool? Questions about what you've seen so far? Okay, and Jerome wanted me to put an A7 in one of the other songs, and I decided I wasn't going to do it, but I put it in here just for Jerome. Measure 35 is dedicated to Jerome. There's a beautiful A7 that leads you right back into the main idea there. So that's for you. Why can't we have both of them be the same? Once I post something, I don't want to change it. Yeah, but it's because it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just different. there's this beautiful, that it's going to be like blang, bang, bang, and then we're going to jump right into the main song. It sounds really cool. Anything you saw in there that's a question mark or like, I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do? Everybody pretty clear on that? It sounded good right off the bat. That's exciting. All right, let's play the main part of the song. It goes from 36 to 119. Basically, it kind of does a thing, and then it repeats that thing, and then it does a thing, and then it repeats that thing, and it does another thing, and it repeats that thing. So that's pretty much the structure of the song. So I don't remember there being anything particularly like, whoa, that's pretty close, but not quite. I mean, it's pretty much just thing, repeat, thing, repeat, thing, repeat. So let's go from, let's do the pickup, let's go from 34, okay, and then you can hear the pickup into the main song. So start at 34, and then we'll go forward, okay? So I'm going to count in at 33, and that speed was sounding okay. It felt like you were handling it okay. So 33, 1, 2, 34, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 41, 42, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 51, 2, 2, 2, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Here's number 60, bum, 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 one, dum, bum, bum, ba-da, 1, 2, 3, 9, 2, 70, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 15, I'm sorry, 76, 77, 78, 9, 2, 3, 80, 2, 3, 81, 2, 82, 2, 3, 83, 2, 3, 84, 5, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 90, 2, 3, 91, 2, 92, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 100, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 10, 2, 3, 11, 2, 3, 12, 2, 3, 13, 2, 3, 14, 2, 3, 15, 2, 3, 16, 2, 3, 17, 2, 3, 18, 2, 3, 19, bum, bum. Now, then normally we'll go back and play that whole section again. We'll do that for a few times, and then obviously we're going to finish this second. I might have mentioned that you're going to go up to the 15th fret. I forgot about that. I could hear it over here. It's like, what in the hell is he doing to us? Hold on. So in ukulele, I don't go above 10 because there's no point in any of the notes beyond 10. But on guitar, we might go to 15 sometime. And so it gives you a chance to do this, right? 15 is a real fret on guitar, oddly enough. And so, yeah, so I might have mentioned that just to warn you a little bit it was coming. But so spend a little bit of time. I have gone and bought those little stick-on dots. And I do have one on 15 because it is hard when you're looking down and you're like, he's got to be kidding. And you're counting 12, 13, 14, 15, right? And so I do think putting a dot on 15 is helpful. 13, of course, is just beyond 12. And so yeah, those are hanging out in there. Sorry about that. Guitar, too, you don't have those. And so you're welcome. Jerome, what was your thought? 119. Oh, I looks like I got an A7 listed as a D minor, don't I?
You got a D minor in the Tapatío.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be.
But it's got your own.
It's really an A7. The whole. Yeah, that's an A7. That's an A7. Thank you.
Missing A7.
Another. See, I got two of them for the price of one. How about that? So yeah, let's put an A. So Arlo at 119, that should be an A7, not a D minor. In fact, I wrote the whole thing out as an A7 in all the tabs. Just forgot to change the chord shape. So yeah, great catch. Other thoughts, other things you saw that other than you got to 13 and you're like, he's kidding, right? And then a 15 shows up. I know, right? What else did you see in there? Questions, comments, concerns about that? I'm already hearing the tune a little bit, which is really cool. No, I really am hearing it a little bit. Christy, the arpeggios make mostly sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. The arpeggio part changes quite a bit, and so if you're looking for a fun challenge, if you're like, you know what, I'm not playing a 15, arpeggios would be your next thought. And we probably will need a bass player on this one, so if you're like, you know what, Gary, I'm ready to assassinate you, it's okay to play bass. All right, so then we'll leave it at that, except I do want to play the outro, which is the same as the intro, basically. Just looking for mistakes, obviously. And so I want to go to 120. And guys, I do know that when we have a song that's this long, you have to learn to turn pages. Let me give you a couple thoughts on turning pages. One is to dog ear the page that you have to turn, right? So it's just easy to reach up and pull away. You're either going to miss a few notes at the end of the first page, or a few notes at the beginning of the second page, or some in both places, right? And so a lot of times I know people will just write themselves a few notes at the bottom of page one so you know what's coming, so you can miss less notes. But it's just part of being in an orchestra and part of playing big pieces of music, and partly it's just one of those things you got to learn how to do. My print on this is so small, I'm like looking at it like this sort of thing, and that's just dumb, right? And so we just have to learn that, yep, you're going to miss a few notes as you turn the page, and then you get right back at it. In real orchestras, they sit in pairs, and the lesser of the two of them does the page turn, right? And I always feel sad, like, if you're turning pages, you're not as good as the person sitting next to you. It's another way music sort of holds you down, right? And we're not going to do that. We're just going to accept the fact you miss a few notes into your page turns, is fine. So let's play the ending. We'll go from 120 to the end, okay? And this will look very familiar to you. I'm going to give you a 3-beat count in at 119, and then just come in at 120. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 2, 2, 2, 8, 2, 3, bum, bum, bum. Beautiful.
So I have a question to you.
Yeah.
So I've been plucking those chords like 129, but then you want the strum at 130. Because throughout I've been plucking. So do you want a strum at 130?
Yeah, let's put a strum on at 130. Yeah. Yep. A lot of you guys will just have the 10s, right? And that's going to finish out that melody, just real pretty, nice high D note. And then if you have multiple notes there, just go ahead and strum that. And that's really just arpeggios.
Well, is plucking the other ones correct?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
In flamenco, they rarely pluck. It's a lot of, I shouldn't say that, they pluck plenty, but there's also this sense of you're going to have these big, long, big, beautiful round strums. But on this piece, not so much, right? This is really set up for being a bump, 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 bump kind of thing. So, yeah, so I think plucking everything else seems like a very good idea. I think this sounds so cool, you guys. Questions, other questions that you see? Okay, so we're going to this week, my sense is go listen to the MP3, right? That'll give you a good sense of what you're getting yourself into. I think you're going to fall in love with this song. I think it'll end up being one of your favorites. And yeah, it's a little complicated on first read, but it's really a nice piece of music. Aaron says he's going to get out his Telecaster to play this. So yeah, get that out, crank up the bass, and it'll sound. And he'll retab it for banjo is what he's really going to do. He lost just so much credibility when he got that banjo, didn't he? We just wiped him off until he right up. That was the moment. We know exactly the moment that Aaron went from here to here. All right. What do you want to play? We got 15 minutes left. What do you want to play? Well, no, you don't. I know what you don't want to play. That part I know what you don't want to play. Let's not play them tonight. How about that? Let's not play them. Well, I know 3 you don't want to play, as a matter of fact. So pick either Cielito, Lindo, Tapatío, Medley, or La Paloma to wrap up our evening. Want to do La Paloma? Of course we do. Let's finish up with some legit Spanish music. The guy apparently who wrote this, after this song was not popular when he was alive, and after he died, the word on the streets is that this is the most recorded song of all Spanish song of all time. Like everybody's recorded this, and so Sebastian never knew how awesome he was. And last time I had you guys at full speed. Is that your recollection? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
I think I wrote it down.
Yeah, I got 120 on here, so that's cool. All right, La Paloma. Let's make it happen. Aaron says he misses us. All right. Where else is he going to get run down into the mud, you know?
So you come back in
Yeah, Aaron, you could plan a trip for October to come out and play with us. All right. By then, the mold will have set in, and you'll need to air out. All right. All right. I'm going to give you full speed here. Okay. 2, 3, 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Ba bum bum bum. And 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, and 3, and 4, and 8. 2 and 3 and 4. 1 monkey, 1, 2, 1 King Kong, 1, 2, 11. Ba bum bum 12. Ba dum bum 15. Dun, 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 dun. 1 King Kong, 1, 2, 1 King Kong, 3, 4, 1. Ba bum bum bum. Ba dum bum bum. Ba dum bum. 1 King Kong, 3, 4, 1 King Kong, 3, 4, 1. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. 25, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful, you guys. Nice. 9, 40, 1, 2. Good. A little bit late. That's okay. Keep it up. 1, dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, bum, ba, dum, bum. 1, 3. 1 King Kong, 1 King Kong, 1 King Kong, 3, 4. 1 King Kong, 3, 4. 1 to the top. Dun, 1. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 ba, dum, bum. 6. Dun, dun, dun. 7. And 8. 9. Dun, dun, dun. 1. Dun, 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 2, dun, dun, and 3, dun, dun, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. 1 King Kong, 3, 4, 1, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, and 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 20, and 1, 2, and 3, dun, dun, 4, dun, 6 and 7, 8, and 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. 40, 41, 2. You got it perfectly that time. Good. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Tom's like, man, I'm going to nail that last chord. Nice job, Tom. All right, you guys, this sounds really cool, right? Really nice stuff. Just beautiful music. So next week, let's agree. This week, you'll take time to listen to both of the new songs, the MP3s on the website, right? Just listen to them. You'll also, if you have to play up to 15, you'll go figure out which fret that is, and you'll make a note to yourself. That's really far up. And so just go listen to the MP3s, look over sheet music. We'll work on those for sure next week. And then the other three, we'll hit the 3 hard ones next week. November, Spanish Romance, and Remember Me as well. So next week will be a lot of work, right? We'll dig in and we'll get these things figured out. Questions, comments, or concerns for me?
I like the new song.
I am so in love with La Llorona. Honestly, I am delighted that she was looking for conquistadors instead of other children. So that makes me much happier. Yeah.
So, is, going back to guitar rehearsals in the future. So we have our ukulele concert on the 21st.
17,
No,
yeah, 21st here.
And then are we doing guitar that following week? And then
Probably. And then I think we'll take Memorial Day off. So,
until like the mid part of June.
so yeah, we will meet here for the 24th, and then we'll for sure take the 31st off, and maybe the following one. It depends on what you guys want to do. And then I plan on getting just back at it in June, and well, we usually take off around July 4th for a little bit.
And I might miss the 24th.
Okay. Oh, because you guys got a gig? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and if you have to miss, guys, you know we got resources, right? So if you miss a rehearsal, you can always catch it online. So thank you all. We're sounding good. It was fun to tackle a couple of new songs. There are only 13 more new ones coming, so don't stress yourself out. Guys online, thank you for being here. Vic, Linda, Aaron, Laura. I know the other Linda's hanging out in there. Pele. Good to see all of you guys. I apologize, I don't have a light tonight, and so I was very dark through this whole thing. This will be the worst video ever taken. So thank you for being here. We'll see you next week, and have a lovely evening. Peace.
I don't want to go to the house every time.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay in the